of the sky have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering, the causes of happiness.
May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in eternity.
May the ever shown. I bow down respectfully with my body, spirit, and from
Vision,
mind to all Tathagatas in the
Vision,
10 dimensions. Those who have already reached in Tathagata state, those who are reaching at present, and those Tathagata state to come. Through the power of the Samadhabhara's prayers, more Buddhas manifest revealing my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great awakening of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of various pure flowers, flower garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garment and perform the purpose of the highest moment and arrange the most beautiful way. I visualize in the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I post it to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samadhabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas, those who have attained Aharasha, those who have entered the path of Aharasha and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma, as a light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened state. Supplicate those Buddhas intending passing spiritual nirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of our sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spirit mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fell out for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha first. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer altar, inner, and the sacred offerings. With my body, worth, and all that is visible, please grant me the spirit realization, enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Namandala Punzamanga Samandra Savaran Samaye Aho. Equal refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor, Vajradhara, with all adored. I bow at the feet of Father Jigti Songo. Continually I thank no one but you. Compassionate one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true vehicles and the combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of two words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has a compassion for beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a Tadakala, awakening those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom sword through the card settling of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate Manjushri that owned by the 112 son of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabhasana De Om Arabhasana Om Arabhasana De Om Arabhasana De Om Arabhasana De Om Arabhasana De Om Arabhasana Ongarabaza nade, ongarabaza nade, ongarabaza nade, ongwange shoramo, ongwange shoramo, ongwange shoramo, ongwange shoramo, ongwange shoramo, ongwange shoramo, ongwange shoramo. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and the despair darkness of worldly ignorance, I posted before you and express human judgment. Tangge doje shaje reisen trong yin je ma do de je bong jong ba ser je len bo ta ver ji be shaje jar be sha la zor wan de ro me dor jen chan jen de lo na ro dang mar pa ma la ji je gan bo Pamo zhuba jarwan di gong be ka yu lama nam la zorwan de ro me ji je yin je po gang ne di song san je gen je ngo wo nye rang sem ji ge ngo song dong ze be sa we la me ya la zorwan de Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
First, I need to drink coffee.
Kempo, yesterday you said we should meditate for 10 minutes when we wake up. Do you mean immediately waking up, or can we have our coffee first?
Whatever you need. Maybe meditation is a coffee for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can hear the voice, right? Okay.
Yes. Perfect volume.
Oh, thanks. Okay, so now stage of meditation, we're ready to wake up. Completion stage is waking up. Okay, so now we shared the introduction. It's also we shared the letter by His Eminence Garchin Rinpoche forward. Then we talked already introduction, main body of the text, conclusion. So we are in the main body of the text. Correct? Okay. The main body of the text, how many chapters? Chapter 8, right? Okay, chapter 8. So today we are in the chapter 8, the last one. How to meditate on the completion stage of wisdom. So that's the page 128 is yesterday we talked 128. So this completion stage in meditation has introducing true nature mind, and mind is introduced the Buddha's mind, and then also introducing thoughts, emotion, also Buddha too, Dharmakaya, Buddha, and appearances also Dharmakaya is Buddha too. So then nothing else there, right? To talk, or it's become Buddha. Our mind is Buddha, thoughts, emotions is Buddha, appearances is Buddha. So then what else we have to talk? That's why it's a completion stage, right? Completion stage. Okay, so now yesterday we talked about the maintaining this practice, completion stage. So maintaining this practice, then when you meditate, so you will get also different kind of source, different source experience during the meditation. So that's all is great. As long as you get experience, that's wonderful. But not attached to that, okay? And cannot have expectation to the experience. Long as you have expectation to your experience, then that is the obstacle for experience too. Long as you have expectation, something, and then never ever get. So all is followed by causes and conditions. Cannot really organize anything. So it's just naturally have to arise the realization, and naturally have to arise this experience. So when is the experience arise? Experience like when you maintaining the practice. If you don't maintain the practice, then I don't think so. We have experience, right? So first this instruction, with instruction, using and the guru introduce nature mind. Then we practice. Thoughts, emotions, whatever arise, taking into the path, recognize its emptiness, no essence, or it's dissolved to the nature mind. So the practice maintaining. So today we are here in the page 130. Sustain your experience in pause meditation. So the practitioners sustaining is maintaining the practice even in the pause meditation. So in the meditation, we really don't know who has how realized. Come back in the pause meditation, then have different kind of experience, and you knows like different realization, so, stages. So long as you receive this instruction and you are into the natural state of mind, in the meditation, then that is the same as the first bodhisattvas called seeing path. If we really into the natural state, this is a seeing path. You're seeing true nature. So it's called seeing path. So then seeing path and the Buddha is in the meditation is no difference. It's same. Buddha's mind also not deluded, right? It's non-dual. And when you meditate, your mind is into in the meditation, your mind also non-dual because we don't have a subject and object. And we have to let go all the conceptual thoughts. If conceptual thoughts is there, dualistic thoughts is there, dualistic view is there, then we are not into the natural states. Natural states is free from dualistic thoughts, free from conceptual thoughts. I think this both are kind of same words, right? Maybe similar. So then when you come back to pause meditation, meditators still can, maintaining the same is in the meditation. So pause meditation, whatever they do, the daily activities, mind is guided by mindfulness, awareness. Using that, then they recognize what's going on all the time. So that's is a meditator, good meditators can do, but beginners are very hard to do because we are not used to that. We don't have that kind of habituate strong enough. Easily, mind is go to follow this object and follow this, worldly activities. So easy to go that direction because it's very strong habitual, used to already that direction. If we go that direction, but still practitioners, bring mindful awareness, like much ever they recognize, like what they're doing, and look to the mind. They see what kind of thoughts, intention is arising from the mind. They're looking to that. Sometimes we have negative thoughts, sometimes we have positive thoughts. The meditators recognize, seeing that what kind of thoughts going on. They can watch always mind. But beginners usually hard, not easy. And that's why hard to maintain in the practice meditation. The hardest one. Then here is the Jigten Sunggung. And also this instruction is come from many Kagyu masters. It's high realizers. So say these words. Sustaining your experience in pause meditation. Yeah, in the pause meditation, we continue, still we practicing on the pause meditation. Pause meditation is not in the meditation, like you not really stay and practicing meditating, looking in the suchness nature to stay, but you're doing other things, activity. Still you not lose your mindful awareness. So Jigten Sunggung said that's a very important section here. Then how to maintain what we need. Support. We need to support something. Otherwise, we easily, our minds shift to the worldly activity and stuck with all these samsara activities without this one. So this really helps. First, Jigten Sunggung said, this is come from not only Jigten Sunggung, many Kagyu masters. This right now I'm going to sharing with you. So couple different methods. This is all come from Kagyu masters. They talk about the leg. So when you are on the path, you need 2 legs to walking. So if our body, most important is the head. So what is it when you meditate? Which is your leg? What is your head? So you need a head, leg, and you need a head. These 2 is most important and part of your body. So where you go in the right direction. That's why here, this section, I know Jigten Sunggung going to share what is a leg is. Let this solution, this illusionment for samsara be the leg of your meditation practice. So we have to recognize that samsara is a suffering, defect of samsara meditation. This illusionment for samsara. That is the leg of your meditation practice. Without that, your meditation, sustaining meditation is hard to keep going, maintaining, because our mind is very easy to attach to the samsara object. That's why here, this illusionment is the same as the leg. If you're going on the road, you need a leg. Without the leg, you cannot go on the road, on the path. So without this defect of samsara meditation, we cannot go to the right direction because attached to, stuck with the samsaric activities. Yeah. And these practitioners meditate the defect of samsara, then whatever this samsaric situation going on, they really see the no any essence, no meaningful. that's the practice of defect of samsara's result. If you really see no any essence, no meaningful, then you not really stuck and fixation to that. Truly, we recognize, it's you really study this four thoughts meditation, you practice meditate, then we understanding whatever this worldly activity drawing, it's not really anything meaningful, benefit there. Even someone really press you, great, but this is only just words. What really benefit truly is looking truly is nothing benefit, but we don't recognize our easily fixation to the words. We cannot control our mind. Then sometimes like we have maybe you can be famous, and your area, maybe your city, your town, maybe your your state and the country, but that's also actually is nothing really going to benefit much ourselves. Truly look to ourselves, what the benefit is, that nothing going to benefit much. We see very, very famous in the worldly people in the samsara. So that they're not free from suffering. There's more suffering. They're famous doesn't change anything. Their life great. They become when they become famous, their life is miserable. It's suffering. So we think it's actors or this kind of like people is great, but we really look carefully, they are suffering. So they are really no great life. So much competition, so much desire, and so much pride, jealousy, all emotions is going there. So compared to them, it's like it's ordinary. I mean, like someone has no any famous, just regularly. People's life is much better, more minds, more peaceful, and could be when they die is also different, because who has like worldly some famous whatever going on, and then it's due to that is they create all the emotional negativity. When they die, it's empty hand, nothing, anything benefit there. So that's all we recognize. We have to look to ourselves, and we know our own situation. We have to recognize our intention. We know what we're doing. So the regret is when we die, we don't have ourselves regret. Happy to die is then that is called practitioner. Malarepa says if you have fear for death, then you are no practitioner. He says, Malarepa says, I have fear for death. That's why I run from samsara. Practice. No, he said, I am free from death and free from fears for death. So that's why he said, I'm realized yogi. So that's why it's this defect of samsara practice is very powerful. See, even you talk about Mahamudra, highest level, this maintaining, without this, we really cannot go to right direction, just stuck, in the samsara. So we wanted to go on the right direction, we need two legs. Two legs cannot stuck in the mud, Sometimes elephants stuck in the mud, then cannot walk. So we cannot stuck in the samsara. That's why we need practice of this, is a defect of samsara. So recognize samsara is a suffering and cultivate that again and again. Then that helps become your mind is no fixation to the samsara, and really only goal is wanting to liberation, and focus for 100% our agenda or the first priority is meditation. So without that, Dharma is not first priority. And the thing about in here, in Western country, we know no Western country actually samsara, Dharma is not first priority. Dharma is just hang out. Many people like that. Just, time passing. So first priority is like myself is like, okay, what going on my family, right? Job and family. So all these sorts of things is first priority, most important. Then you don't have to do more silly people. We talked, today I can come to teaching. I don't have to do anything. They say that. Today I cannot come teaching. Sorry. You don't have to say sorry me. If you can come or not, it's all your choice, right? You don't have to say sorry anything for me. But today I cannot come. Sorry, Kempo. I have to go to shopping, and I have a party and with my friends together. And I have to go to shop for next week, something, So, or like that, I'm going to hiking with my friends, like I cannot come to join teachings. And that is a thing, or it's not first priority, Dharma is. So we're stuck in samsara, desires. The last one is, many people, last one is Dharma. Some people, maybe Dharma is in the middle priority, not the last one, not the first one. If you get that level, also great. You can join many teachings. If you get in the middle level, yeah, then first priority, of course, then it's great. It's practitioner. You really have good renunciation samsara. So you really recognize, the samsara activity is not meaningful. So then that means like we don't have to say like you cannot enjoy these activities, samsara activities, but you don't need to stuck with that. You don't need suffering with the samsara. So you can, of course, take care. I always say like families and friends, relatives do things good, but not so strong fixation and stuck that. As long as you stuck fixation to that, so you don't have any awareness and mindful also wisdom is always blocked. So then attachment, ignorance very strong. So other hand, don't recognize anything what's going on. So easily our mind is shift to samsara. Not easy to go direction to the spiritual path. So that's why Gambopa, he has 4 Dharma Gambopa. So you read the prayers, the mind is transformed to Dharma. First, aspiration is Lord Jesus Robert Angel is mind is transformed spiritual path, blessing me. Mind transformed to the spiritual path. So our mind is, go to samsara very strong. If we get blessing, then mind is transformed to spiritual path. That's why he's here. Disillusionment for samsara be the leg of your meditation practice. Where the baggage of impermanence and awareness of death on your heart. So meditators always think this way, but it's not easy to accept, who has attached desire to samsara. That kind of people, very hard to accept this world, where the baggage of impermanence and awareness of death on your heart. They think this you think this they create ourselves is a suffering. So then usually people think, I don't want to think about the death, right? This, we have to cultivate the defect of samsara and we have to cultivate impermanence. This is a meditation impermanent. So we have to often cultivate impermanent. We think about, okay, my life is going to shorter every day, every minute, close to the death. So I have to practice. I don't have much time to do. My most life is already put too much for samsara activity. No, another, much ever left my life, not much, but I'm going to put more effort for meditation, practice the Dharma. So that kind of, always kept in the mind, intention. So we have to remind ourselves, the death Mara is coming soon, So our life is shorter and shorter, not longer and longer. So we have to cultivate this, also meditate. That helps become you can sustaining and maintaining your meditation practice Dharma. So we don't have much to talk. This already shared, and impermanent meditation. So we know, so far what we did is always gone, right? And everything is impermanent, gone, change, emptiness. Actually, it's not much. Is so far what we did is meaningful. No, I wanted to do something meaningful for something for my future life when I die. So we think that and keep that in your heart. Then you practice it goes more strong. Get more effort. So that's why we have to meditate impermanent. So that too is called the same as the leg. You have two legs. Right leg is defect of samsaras. Left leg is impermanent meditation. So long as you have these two legs, you can go on the path, on the road. Then when you go in the path, you need heads. Heads is most important. So what is the head? Head is here. Toss for away your attachment to this present love agenda, and let devotion. So the devotion is the head. Let devotion be at the forefront of your meditation practice. We have to, when we meditate, we always, supplication to Guru, and also thank all these lineage blessing teachers, the lineage teachers, and thank about the Bodha Shakyamuni, all these spiritual beings, thank that, and there we, create or let arise devotion. Let devotion be at the forefront of your meditation practice. So long as devotion arises, then your meditation has blessing. So without blessing, actually Mahamudra is very dry, and the kind of food, no flavor. So especially emptiness. Sometimes, like many other also different kind of religions also talk empty, but they don't have many is this devotion flavor, something, like it's essence with something there. That's why here is we think about the relative truth bodhicitta and absolute truth bodhicitta. So this is means like when you practice absolute true bodhicitta, you relative true bodhicitta have to transforming together, not like separate sections. So I share you many times, like when we share the teaching, of course we follow this relative true bodhicitta, absolute true bodhicitta. When you practice, this all have to bring one essence together. So in this book also, first 4 chapters relative to the bodhicitta, last 4 chapters absolute to the bodhicitta, included these 2 bodhicittas. And when you maintaining this true nature, we need these 2 bodhicitta together. And union, actually. Through bodhicitta is union. Otherwise, like only you thinking about empty is fear is like empty is nothing. Sometimes like your feeling is not that great, happy. And then that's also really increasing your qualities. Hard to purify karma too, without this devotion. So emptiness is the same as water, and without love, compassion, bodhicitta, devotion, then the stone is in the water. Our mind is the same as the stone. The stone live in the water. So water can change the stone or no? No, right? Water cannot change the stone. Because even the stay years with water, but cannot change. It cannot make soft the stone. It cannot make soft. Actually, water can make soft everything, but it is the stones in the water, in the river, so always like that is harder, never can make soft and change. So without this relative truth, the bodhicitta, we think about only absolute truth, the bodhicitta, emptiness, no, nothing is exist, empty. So if you go that direction, then you don't have also this, the experience like changing or transforming your mind. So you stuck there too. That's why this two is like cannot separate. Union means like method wisdom is inseparable. Relative truth, bodhicitta, absolute truth, bodhicitta, we have to inseparable practice, not separate. If it's separate, storm is live in the water. Same like that. Your mind is always harder and tight. No any transforming. Your grasping is still there, very harder. And if you have bodhicitta, this devotions, bodhicitta, and relative to the bodhicitta means many bunch of there, together. Not only one piece, something there, like they have many packet together. So many things in there. So this relative to bodhicitta. Relative bodhicitta, absolute true bodhicitta comes together, then water is the same as is emptiness meditation, and relative to the bodhicitta, absolute truth bodhicitta is the same as water. Relative truth bodhicitta is the same as butter, and our mind is the same as leather. So you can make great leather, or shoes, or jacket, or bear, or heads, or whatever you want to make, create. Like you can create a great leather, make soft. So we need this both together, not separate. That's why it's Yab and the Yom and the Vajrayana tradition. Tanka is method, wisdom. Union means cannot be separate, must be union. It's together. And that's why when you meditate Mahamudra, we need relative truth bodhicitta together. Otherwise, you don't have any, kind of something missing there. So you don't get really great and experience. You don't get blessing, you don't get good experience, you really no purify karma, no affected to the grasping too. Then without absolute truth, also only relative truth cannot do any much. It's temporarily, of course, you get a very high level, samsaric, get samsaric great conviction you get, the result is, but you cannot evolve the samsara without the absolute true, the bodhicitta. So that's why they have the two come together. And here is let devotion be at the forefront of your meditation practice. Give rise to devotion to your Lama, seeing him or her as an actual Buddha in person, person. So then seeing the Guru is Buddha. Buddha and Guru is inseparable. So Guru, Buddha is like, sometimes we talk about the Yadam deity, or Buddha is no difference, it's the same, right? Jigten Sungmun say, my Yadam, my Guru, my Ma is inseparable. So if long as you meditate, you recognize Guru's kindness, and then so you cultivate, like when I told you this very good high realized Gurus, when you meditate, like it's their effort to your mind. So you use that method, recognize inseparable with our Yadam deity, and then you really see that our mind, Guru, Yadam is inseparable. So that is union, method, wisdom. Bodhicitta and wisdom is union. Absolute truth, bodhicitta, relative bodhicitta is inseparable. So it's called union. It's method, wisdom together. Give rise to devotion to your Lama, seeing him or her in actual Buddha in person. Then pray to your Lama with longing. So you can chant some prayers to the Guru, and also we did the prayer, Jigten Sunggung, before teaching, and I share with you the screen share. They have like short 4 sentences. So that's also a part of this. So use that words. You can thank any Guru. Just prayer is you can keep same, but connect with any Gurus, long as you have connect with the devotion. So without the devotion, cannot connect with the Guru. So long as you have a devotion, you use that prayer, and then you can connect with any Gurus. That's here is the prayer to your Lama with longing. And there's also, you read this Malarepa story, Marpa Losas, or this Gambopas have this often in this history comes, the longing for Guru. Malarepa, or the song of realization, Malarepa's beginning is Marpa Losawa. I bow down to my Guru, Marpa Losa. Then he only starting singing, right? So song of realizations. Marpa Losa's song is like, I bow down my Guru, Naropa. So Naropa's song is always like, I bow down to respect, or it's Telopa. Then Gambopa have song realizations. We don't see many, but he also has a son, and he has most important teaching is Jo-Onom liberation. So it's all the post-station devotion, is prayer, is to Guru, is Malarepa. Then Jigten Sunggung's song realization is always Pamutropa. So that is the prayer to your Lama with longing. Then when we meditate, then we have to meditate. So you have a head, you have a leg. So now you can go. Means meditating. When we meditating, rest in the open, vivid awareness of clarity and emptiness. So you already have part of the relative truth of bodhicitta. Now we're going into the absolute truth of bodhicitta. Absolute truth of bodhicitta. So when we're starting meditation, when we're going into meditate, like we have to follow this way. First, think about the defector, samsara, meditate, impermanent, and then longing to the Guru, and then we go into the meditation. When we meditating is resting when your mind is resting, rest. Usually our mind is no rest. Always follow the thoughts. It's not really choice for us because it's so strong habituate, right? So no meditation is meditating is rest in the natural state. So that's then when you resting your minds in the natural state, the open minds become open, vivid awareness of clarity and emptiness. So that's all true natural mind, clear, empty, inseparable. That is the natural minds. Our natural mind explain. So when you meditate, you have this kind of the experience. When you rest in mind, your mind is open. Nothing is blocked. So it's open, with awareness of color and emptiness. As you are abiding in this state, then you just abide in the maintaining that state. Whatever subtle or gross thoughts and emotion arise, yes, when we meditate this in this state, so sometimes we have a subtle level thoughts. Sometimes we have gross level thoughts. Gross level thoughts is when you beginning the meditation, we have gross level thoughts. After like 20 minutes, you meditate, maybe go more subtle your mind, is you have a subtle level thoughts, but hard to recognize. A subtle level thoughts is hard to recognize. Gross level thoughts is easy to recognize. Subtle level thoughts is harder. So then subtle or gross thoughts and emotion arise. Sometimes, of course, then emotion arise. Recognize them, so that we have to know, we have to recognize what's going on. If we don't recognize, then our meditation is not really meditating, it's wasting time. So we have to recognize them. Emotion arise, recognize. Thoughts, subtle level, gross level thoughts arise, we have to recognize them. Then what do we have to do? By recognizing them, they will disappear. So recognize and not doing anything. Just know, so I have subtle level, gross level thoughts. Then you recognize, go back to natural mind, meditate, let go. And then you don't have to reject this emotion and the thoughts. You don't have to accepting thoughts and emotions. So it's go, let go. And then you go into natural state, meditate. So that is its instruction here. And the last way we talked is, watching the thoughts, emotion. That's a harder part. So this is the little easy. Really play with the emotion and the thoughts. And you just recognize, let go. We don't use thoughts, emotion is object of meditation, but recognize, let go is more simple way, easy way for beginners, great way to use that way. If you try to thoughts, emotions, object of meditation, then we have that kind of ability. Thoughts, emotions, the same is a very strong animals. So we are like kids. Kids cannot control the big animals. No enemy, right? Animals, like tiger, lions, like that, these kids cannot control them. So that's why let go is better than using them. So emotion arise, recognize them. By recognizing them, they will disappear. So despair means not only recognizing. When you recognize, then you have to really go back to and using, sustaining your awareness, maintaining your meditation. Then despair. Since they have no inherent existence, because this thoughts, emotions, not really truly exist. It's appear to mind, but then if you don't create, like, pay attention, recognize, like, be go is the goal. So you easy to get rid of if you using this recognize and become, we log into again in the maintaining our awareness, meditate, then the emotion thoughts just naturally release. You don't have to use any method. So we talked already, like, don't have to put any other solution, just maintaining awareness. Then your thoughts, emotions naturally release because they don't exist, no inherently existence. When you do this, so if you do that, all sorts of meditative experiences or phenomena, then you get different kind of experience arise. So you are on the road and you are not stuck any object. Whatever you seeing object, you not stuck with that, let go, you still can continue, keep going, walking. Then you can see many different kind of object. If you stuck that, you cannot see anything. Think about, we are stuck at our home, then you cannot see whatever going on the outside, yeah? So we really truly want leave home. So that is like defect of samsara. Is think about the hurricane is coming soon, so we have to leave. And recognize nothing is important, stay there. And then you recognize it's impermanent. It's hurricane going to destroy, like, say, house. It's impermanent. And then we have to, put in the effort to on the path. Is we have two legs, escaping, right? And then we need some support. Maybe you need, ask someone to help to maybe helicopter send it to you, or plane send it to you, or cars or something, whatever you need. So that is the same as like with supplication to the gurus. And as long as you have that, okay, then you have a car, okay, and you have a renunciation, your home, you're ready to leave, so you go on the road. Then in the road, you cannot stuck there. Yeah, if you see the beautiful house, it's someone dancing, and you can see, enjoy many things like desire object there front of you. You cannot stuck with that because you see behind hurricanes coming. So you have to let go of this, everything. Let go attachment, let go desires, let go thoughts. So you are on the path. So long as you are on the path, then you can see many different kind of houses. Beautiful house, you can see beautiful lakes, you can see beautiful mountains, you can see beautiful trees, like, environment, or not great, it's some terrible things you can see. Many sources of you can see on the path, on the journey. So that is the experience. With no experience means like your meditation is just still stuck there. Maybe stuck with attachment, not enough defect of samsara meditation. So maybe you not ready to get rid of the thoughts, emotions, just somewhere stuck. That's why we here, long as you are on the path, you can have this experiences or phenomena. Where arise? High and low. It means like great and really terrible experience arise. You cannot stuck these two, of course. High, great experience, you cannot attach to that. This low is something is, not great, it's terrible. You cannot hit to that. So your mind put equanimity, whereas high and low. Then sometimes you will experience this clarity emptiness. When you meditate, say, if you're on the path, clarity and emptiness. So clarity is sometimes, I don't have this experience, okay? So I just learn from the teachers and read the books. The meditators get this clarity experience, like same as the sun, 100 suns shining, brightness, clear. And that kind of experience arising. But that's it's good, but you cannot attach to that. Yeah. So clarity very strong, and we have to go through that. And then sometimes like you're empty, sanyam, denyam, matopanyam. Okay, empty is nothing exists. So your fear also empty. You know, like it's kind of empty, nothing exists. Like empty feeling arise. You have to go through that. And then sometimes no any thoughts. Your mind is like very stable. And like we talked the shamatha meditation, shamatha has become very strong, like stable, no thoughts. So you have that experience, but that's also experience that still you have to go through that. We cannot attach to that too. No thoughts. Sanyam, denyam. Sometimes you get experience. Denyam is called the joy and bliss experience arise. So this different kind of source of experience arising, that is good, but we cannot attach to that kind of experience. If long as we attach fixation, grasping to that experience, then we cannot go beyond the samsara. The experience is good. I mean, good because it's like good is like your practice is going right direction, and that's why you have experience. You are not really true passenger. So you're going to the enlightened, destination. It's your enlightenment. You are true passenger. Then you have this experience. In this experience, different kind of you're going to cross the ocean of samsara. This experience is the same as like small islands. Yeah. Small islands, some has great islands, some has difficulty, terrible islands. Maybe some is a whole is a snake islands, poison islands. Yeah, you have to go through that because we have to get rid of anger, right? Some island is like all dancing, music, like all this desire object, like what usually we human beings attach, stuck with the desire, that kind of island, object. That's also we have to go through that. As long as we have to get rid of attachment, desire, yeah. Sometimes ignorance is like you don't have any awareness, like kind of blocked your mind, stop, and dark could be ignorance, experience through that. We have to go through the island too. Otherwise, we cannot get rid of these three poisons. So that's why this all different kind of source of experience arise. We have to go through that. You clarity and emptiness as a sense of vivid clarity and total conviction. Other times you will experience a door. See, door is minded really door, and that is affected. Meditation is affected to our ignorance. That's why it's draw experience. Then also space out. Sometimes your feeling is no one support. You're just feeling what I'm going to do here, like no, you don't see anything, like you have friends, relatives, like someone support you. It's fair, it's like just different kind of experience. Then that time you lonely, only yourself. So sometimes like you think yourself is why I'm here, why I'm drawing, so why I'm stuck here. That kind of also feeling arises, space out. And you don't have any community, you don't have family, you don't have a relative friends, like that kind of, out of the all this feeling comes. That's also, I think, it's a good experience because you free from the attachment from our attached to our city, country, people, and the family, relatives. Then feeling, and you will wonder what went to wrong with your meditation. Very dim feeling. And then this kind of feeling comes, many people don't want to meditate. So then the just, is stop there and no maintaining. So that's why we need defect of samsara meditation, impermanent. We need a good leg to walk through this, negative island, right? We need a head. And also we have to create accumulation merit. Sometimes we think why we have to create accumulation merit, because when it comes to this kind of feeling experience, they don't want to go through this. That means the person don't have enough accumulation merit. So realizer is, some yogis says realizer is dependent accumulation merit. See, when you get in this area, I think, dependent accumulation merit. If we don't have enough accumulation merit, we stuck and then don't want to go through. We scared, fear. Because losing all our grasping. So losing grasping is a really strong fear. And not easy. Losing your attachment, anger. This is samsaras, like, negative protection. So people think anger and jealousy, pride, this is like protecting themselves, right? We think that because due to grasping. It's samsara, we use this and protecting. But temporarily it's protecting, but it's actually causes of suffering. And the negativity, this looks like they are protecting us, but go longer, is of course it's causes of suffering. And that's why here, this all the usually with negativity, this emotions, we think they protect us because they protect the self-grasping, right? So now you're losing self-grasping, then you're losing this negativity. And that's why you have these strong fears too. And I heard this part, some practitioners says that time is hardest level to go through because you get rid of grasping. It's you losing, something, big things losing. That experience can arise. So as long as you go through that experience, then Buddha enlightenment is there. Enlightenment is there. So wonder what went wrong with your meditation. Sometimes all sorts of emotion and thoughts will burst forth. See that sometimes they see that the emotions are really strong and burning you. So that time is like you really subduing, fighting with the maras. So that's why I say Vajrayana talk about the 4 maras. We have to conquer the 4 maras. It's not easy. The Buddha, as we say, conqueror. Conqueror, we have to conquer this. Conqueror is we have to winner from these emotions. So that part is not easy. That's why sometimes all sorts of emotion and the thoughts were burns forth. And you will feel like you have things roach boiling inside you. When Jigten Sunggung was ready to, is enlightened, he get leprosy sick. Think about it. And this all sorts of, negative arising. And then he have to conquer that, subdue that, use the, these two bodhicitta together. So when Buddha is enlightened, see, we talk about this, all the Mara's effort to form body to showing for different kind of forms to try to stop enlightened. So that is all is experience is coming, right? Not really like coming outside somewhere is the Mara is coming for you, but your own experience is rising. So many, you see, realizers when they become going to Buddha, and this go through this level, is we have to conquer four maras. If you can conquer four maras, then we can give you like cups under your feet. You can hold the gold knife or something, ox or something. So otherwise, still we are stuck with this maras. We cannot put cups under the feet. Cups, yeah. So why this Buddha has cups under the feet? Because it's the conquer this maras. Inside you, like you have this roach boiling inside you. These are all just all phenomena of meditative experience. That's all is meditation experience. And this section is I pick up different kind of pit instruction meditations, like they're sharing different kind of pieces I bring together here. Okay, so you're going to read other different meditations. They don't have all this together. I pick up pieces like what the experience, this realizers get experience. And this they're sharing this is their own experience. Realizers. Meditative experience. Did not get caught up in them. See, we cannot caught up in this experience. Otherwise, cannot be conqueror. Did not try to either engage in them or push them away. So you cannot see this, just do not try to either engage in them or push them away. So you don't have to rejecting and accepting this experience. If you rejecting, you fighting, right? You really have enemy, then become, if you rejecting. Accepting is then this enemy emotions control you. So you cannot conquer Buddha. That's why I say some Yadam deity has different kind of symbols, right? Some has this tiger skin, tiger, right? Tiger skin is like, the lower body robes, and the snakes, and the tiger, and then what there has this deity has bones, ornaments, and because there all is like conqueror representative. You have become the winner. You subduing this all the emotions. Tiger skin could be representative is anger. Tiger has anger, right? And then you conquer the anger. You are hero. It's also tiger skin is representative. You are hero. Is high level bodhisattva. Conqueror, right? It's a hero. It's what is bodhisattva? Courage person. So that kind of symbolizes deity has symbols. So that's all representative is come from. So here is do not try to either engage in them or push them away. No rejecting, no acceptance. This experience. Let be, cannot be attached to that, cannot be hatred to that. Just let be and recognize and maintaining awareness. So whatever this experience comes, recognize, but still meditators look to nature, kept going on the path. They're seeing this on the road, but they're not paying attention. This tiger is coming to going to eat you. They say, okay, let it, just don't pay attention, not try to protecting. Yeah. And you see this is something great things, no attach and fixation, just let be there. No try to get rid of. Just keep maintaining. It's like you walking on the path. You recognize that, but you not really, fixation or try to get rid of that anything. So that's why this experience comes. We have to still maintaining, meditate, keep going on the path. Just sustain your awareness and let whatever arises, just arise as it, very spontaneously, without trying to edit it. So here is don't apply any effort. I mean something solution. Just sustain your awareness. That's it. Yeah, sustain awareness and let whatever arise, let arise, thoughts, emotions, or this good experience, negative experience, whatever arise, let arise. Just arise as it, where spontaneously without trying to it. No need rejecting, no need accepting. If mind is still, let it be still. So mind is just stay in the natural state, let it be nature state still. You do not need to apply, don't put any effort to rouse your mind into another state. So then you don't have to try to pushing and looking something different ways, conquer this experience. You don't have to think anything, just resting, maintaining. If there is a string of thoughts, is arise thoughts, let them stir, let it arise thoughts, not try to stop. If you try to stop means rejecting the thoughts, it's become your meditation kept going on the path. So let them stir and simply recognize whatever arises. Great is like recognize whatever arising, then let go. You do not need to apply any effort, try to and stir your mind. So you and as simply recognize whatever arises, you do not need to apply any effort to try and stir your mind. If long as your mind is still in the nature, you don't need to apply any other effort. Just let be in the true nature. Keep going meditation. So that is the maintaining your awareness, meditate. That is the solution for everything. You don't have to find any other solutions. So main point, keep going on the road. Don't pay attention then whatever there. Long as you keep going, that's it. You don't need to try to get ox or knife or protecting yourself something. You don't need any protection to try to get. They're not going to harm you. It's always delusion, right? So experience means we have to keep going. So sustaining the maintaining our mindful awareness and meditative. So if you find yourself sinking into dullness or lethargy, lose your awareness and focus wires supplicating the Lama and continue meditating. So then you think about it, you are on the road, you don't have to scare all this source of, on the road, tiger comes, lion comes, some holding the ox, try to carry you. Don't need to think about, oh, he going to carry, she going to carry me. Just keep going, right? Don't pay attention. Problem is, you get tired, your body, mind is like wanted to sleep. So that is the biggest problem. And the other one, no one going to get you. That is just experience. Let go. You don't have to reject and you don't have to accepting. Then when you get this one, if you mind yourself sinking into dullness, so that is then you have to use something, apply, or lethargy, lose your awareness and focus while supplicating the Lama and continue meditating. Then that time, you know, visualize the Guru and supplicating and keep going. So that helps this dullness mind or lethargy, you know, is clarify or clear up. So then you continue meditating. Your lethargy then will naturally be released. If you find your mind getting too overactive and stimulated, do the same thing as before and continue meditating. So your lethargy, I mean, here is the, if you find your mind getting too overactive, so much thoughts. So that's the two things going on. One is lethargy, thinking. One is too much overactivity. These two problems, yeah. And usually we have these two problems. Lethargy is dullness, is ignorance. So we have to supplicate in Guru. And if you find your mind getting too overactive and stimulated, do the same thing as before and continue meditate. Just keep going meditate. Monkey mind, we have to subdue the monkey mind. Meditating, the overstimulation will naturally self-release and the clarity, emptiness will become more and more apparent. So you keep going, meditate, then this overstimulation will naturally self-released. The example, we have a monkey and an elephant, right? So you maintain a meditation, monkey is a loose effort. That means like this activity comes like more subtle and subtle down. Will become more and more apparent. So you see the meditation practice is become goes, effort is you seeing. Then you keep going on the path, you really recognize it, then you release this all the, thoughts, emotions, you recognize your own, your experience going get strong and strong. Like this, whatever appearance or phenomena rise, how to say, catalyzing the experience of happiness and suffering. If you can apprehend them within the space of mindfulness, awareness, they will naturally be purified, naturally be released. So the generally main point, whatever arises, so catalyzing the experience, we recognize of happy and the suffering. Our mindful awareness recognize that it doesn't matter happiness or suffering. If you can apprehend, then within the space of mindfulness awareness, they will naturally be purified, naturally be released. So happy feeling, suffering, negative feeling, this also arising. Meditators, of course, some very happy, they're laughing and great feeling, joy feeling comes, happy feeling. You cannot attach to that. Suffering, negative feelings, really sad, terribly arising, not to hatred to that, just recognize, keep going, maintaining, and then you can take, on the path, happy, suffering, both are taken into the path. You can apprehend them within the space of mindfulness, awareness. Then they will naturally be purified. They are taken on the path, purified naturally, be released. So that's all is meditation completion stages actually finish. And this is the meditations still, some this negativity cannot affect the meditators. Negativity can be transformed to wisdoms. So it's Milarepa shared a short quote here, and the end of this stage of meditation, I put this quote. This quote holds the essence of all this what I taught. So yesterday I shared with you when I created this book, and no any quote, except only this one, last one here. So this is a kind of a conclusion going on. Okay, here, whatever phenomena arise through the six sense doors, eye, ears, nose, right? So this six consciousness, six faculties, six objects, like usually talk about 18. Six consciousness, six faculties, six objects. So we have six consciousness, then six objects there, and this six faculties, they bridge together, and then we are stuck within the six object. So whatever phenomena arise to the six sense doors, self-arising. When you meditate, self-arising, they subside naturally. So leave them be when apprehended within the space of suchness itself. So if you meditate in the natural state, just all these six objects, six conscious, six things are dissolved into the natural state within the space of suchness itself. The 3 or 5 poison cannot harm you. If you really stay in the suchness nature, then this 3 or 5 poison cannot harm you. If they are not apprehended within the space of suchness nature, even if you engage in all aspects of the path, you will achieve temporary state of high rebirth. If you don't stay in the suchness nature, when this emotion arises, you just don't apply, the release naturally and maintaining awareness mindful, then whatever you try to get rid of your emotion thoughts, you bring another different kind of solutions that doesn't help that much. That don't take you to Buddhahood. So that's why if they are not apprehended within the space of suchness, if you don't use this suchness nature, completion meditation, even you engage all aspects of the path, then you use different kind of source solution, you will achieve temporary state of higher rebirth. You can just get higher realms rebirth or samsara higher level realized, not beyond the samsara realized. But however you even attain the sublime state, you cannot be sublime state, supreme state, beyond the samsara state. Emotions are liberated by knowing this. So you recognize emotions, seeing emotions not exist into suchness nature, meditate, then that is taken to the liberation. As expressed above, once certainty has dawned from within and you have brought your meditation practice to its consummation, right? So you get your own experience. Then you use this method, you get experience. You really you recognize, like once certainty arises, come from your mind. Certainty is then you know any doubt. Your path is right. So last week we talked, 1,000 Buddhas appear to front of you, say your meditation is incorrect. You don't have any doubt. So that is a certainty. Once a certainty has dawned from within and you have brought your meditation practice its consummation, you will actualize realization and awaken to Buddhahood. Then you really awaken to Buddhahood. Illusory Milarepa said, so this is come from Milarepa, said, then you have become Buddha. Buddha means, so now we are completion stage, enlightened. Now we're going to enlightened, okay? Because the two obscuration and the two aspects of self-grasping are clear away, sung. So we are sung to obscuration is clarify. Sung, because the self-knowing, self-eliminating, wisdom, awareness is unfolds. Yeah. So when people ask, this is how define Sanje Buddha. So what means Sang is purified? Je means, wisdom awareness arise. So that's called Sanje. It's Tibetan Buddha name is Sanje. Sang means purified. All these two obscurations and two aspects of self-grasping are clarified away is Sang. Je means, self-knowing, self-eliminating, wisdom, awareness, and first is Je. When people ask this, how is defined Sanje Buddha? So that's already then take to the Buddhahood. So we get destinations, no more passenger. Okay, so we get, then that's called the non-learning path, no learning path. Other state is always 5 path is like 4 path. On the road is 4 path. Accumulation path, engaging path, seeing path, meditation path. So now we are get into non-learning path. It's Buddha. And then 10 permits is beyond the 10th level permit. Then it's become Buddha. So Je, Sanje. It's enlightened. So no enlightening after what we do is a conclusion, okay? This conclude the completion of a systematic instruction on meditation practice consisting of the 4 thoughts that turn the mind. This is a 4 thoughts meditation. First chapter is that's turn the mind, cultivation of loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, the bodhisattva conduct of the 4 immeasurable. Then shamatha and the vipassana development and the completion stage practice. And the view of interdependent origination. Gather teachings from the 5-fold path words of Dharma Kirti, the middle instructions on meditation stages. So this one of the text name is 5-part words of Dharma Kirti. Dharma Kirti is from the 5-fold path words of Dharma Kirti. So it's Dugong Dharma Kirti. He created this book, Dharmakirti Shalom Tibetan. So this stage of meditation is based on that book, 5-part Mahamudra. And when he shared this 5-part Mahamudra, of course, have 4 thoughts, loving, kindness, compassion, meditations, all these stages, too, and the Dharmakirti. Then also the middle instruction of meditation stages. That is come from Kamalashila. Kamalashila, he created this, middle instruction on meditation stage. So mostly it's the Vipassana section. I use this lot from is this instruction, middle instruction on meditation stage. That's the Vipassana section. Gomren Parpa, the notes on the development stage, Chiram Singdi. So Chiram Singdi is generation stage. In the generation stage, I use lots the words is instructions from this Chiram Singdi. It's another book. So the in arising Mahamudra, Sakchin Lynch Kijor. Chakchin Lynch Kijor is Jiktin Sumgon's Mahamudra teaching. So this completion stage is mostly come from Sakchin Lynch Kijor. And that's I mentioned about, this stage meditations followed by which teachings, Sakhin Lynch Chijo and other texts. So then also I use other instructions, teachings. So this I mentioned here is like major text, most important. But then of course I use many different kind of source of the teachings. So create this stage of meditation book. So now I pray that by the merit of this compassion, now it's a conclusion. This is for the dedication. The dedication is coming to the dedication. I pray that by the merit of this composition, the two obscurations and habitual patterns be purified in all sentient beings. May the eliminating wisdom of the two kinds of omniscience be brought to full bloom. Full bloom. This was writing in Gachin Rinpoche's Center in Ohio, United States. Okay, 2014, March 15. This is finish the whole thing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We finished
Thank you, Samtu Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kampola. I rejoice in your good merit.
Thank you, Kempo.
I rejoice everyone's
Thank you.
faith here.
Thank you.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Kempo.
Can I ask a
Kempo.
question, Kempo? La?
Okay, so now first we do the prayer. Amanda, please can you share the King of Aspiration? King of Aspiration, we did already the 7 lamp prayers. So after 7 lamp prayer, we're going to continue. Usually, when we share the teachings every morning, starting 7 lamp prayers, and then share the teaching. After teaching is a continue this King of Aspiration. Always chant the King of Aspiration during the teaching, usually. But that is hard to be kept every day because due to the time. And now today we finish the whole teaching so we can do this prayer. Thank you.
God, my God.
Thank you. I'm working.
Okay, so this we skip the.
Can everyone see? Is that okay?
Yeah, we can see. Skip the
you.
standing lamp prayer. Keep,
Okay.
keep
Uh,
going.
Okay. And start here.
That's the one. Yes, starting there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Thanks. So now you can you read?
Yes, I'll be glad to. Thank you. The actual aspiration, the aspiration for purity of attitude. Let offerings be made to Buddhas of the past and all who now dwell throughout the 10 directions of this universe. Let all who are yet to come swiftly fulfill their wishes and attain the stages of enlightenment and Buddhahood. Let as many worlds as there are in all the 10 directions transform into realms that are vast and utterly pure, filled with Buddhas who have sat before the mighty Bodhi tree. Around them, all their bodhisattva sons and daughters, let as many sentient beings as there are in all the 10 directions live always and forever in happiness and health. Let all beings meet the Dharma that benefits them best, and so may all they hope for be fulfilled. As I practice the training for enlightenment, may I recall all my previous births, and in my successive lives through death and through rebirth, may I always renounce the worldly life. Training in the footsteps of all the victorious Buddhas, may I bring good actions to perfection, and my moral conduct be taintless and pure, never lapsing and always free from fault. In the language of gods, nagas, and yakshas, and the language of demons and of humans too, and however many kinds of speech there may be, I shall proclaim the Dharma in the language of all. Taming my mind and striving in the paramitas, I will never forget bodhicitta. May all my harmful actions and the obscurations they cause be completely purified, every single one. May I be freed from karma, harmful emotions, and the work of negativity, and act for all beings in the world, just like the lotus flower to which mud and water cannot cling, or sun and moon that course unhindered through the sky. Throughout the reach and range of the entire universe, I shall pacify completely the suffering of all the lower realms. I shall lead all beings to happiness and work for the ultimate benefit of each and every one. I shall bring enlightened action to perfection, serve beings so as to suit their needs, teach them to accomplish good actions, and continue this throughout all the eons to come. May I always meet and be accompanied by those whose actions accord with mine. And in body, speech, and mind as well, may our actions and aspirations always be one. May I always meet spiritual friends who long to be of true help to me, and who teach me the good actions. Never will I disappoint them. May I always behold the Buddhas here before my eyes, and around them all their bodhisattva sons and daughters. Without ever tiring throughout all the eons to come, may the offerings I make to them be endless and vast. May I maintain the sacred teachings of the Buddhas and cause enlightened action to appear. May I train to perfection in good actions and practice these in every age to come. As I wander through all states of samsaric existence, may I gather inexhaustible merit and wisdom, and so become an inexhaustible treasury of noble qualities, of skill and discernment, samadhi, and liberation. In a single atom, may I see as many pure realms as atoms in the universe, and each realm Buddhas beyond all imagining, encircled by all their bodhisattva heirs. Along with them, may I perform the actions of enlightenment, and so in each direction everywhere, even on the tip of a hair, may I see an ocean of Buddhas, all to come and past, present and future, in an ocean of pure realms. And throughout an ocean of eons, may I enter into enlightened action in each and every one. Each single word of a Buddha's speech, that voice with its ocean of qualities, bears all the purity of the speech of all the Buddhas. Sounds that harmonize with the minds of all living beings. May I always be engaged with the speech of the Buddhas. With all the power of my mind, may I hear and realize the inexhaustible melody of the teachings spoken by all the Buddhas of past, present, and future as they turn the wheels of Dharma. Just as the wisdom of the Buddhas penetrates all future eons, so may I too know them instantly, and in each fraction of an instant, may I know all that will ever be in past, present, and future. In an instant, may I behold all those who are the lions, the human race, the Buddhas of past, present, and future. May I always be engaged in the Buddha's way of life and action through the power of liberation, where all is realized is like an illusion. On a single atom, may I actually bring about the entire array of pure realms of past, of present, and future, and then enter into those pure Buddha realms in each atom and in each and every direction. When those who illuminate the world still to come gradually attain Buddhahood, turn the wheel of Dharma, and demonstrate the final profound peace of nirvana, may I always be in their presence. Through the power of swift miracles, the power of the vehicle like a doorway, the power of conduct that possesses all virtuous qualities, the power of loving kindness all pervasive, the power of merit that is totally virtuous, the power of wisdom free from attachment, and the powers of knowledge, skillful means, and samadhi, may I perfectly accomplish the power of enlightenment. May I purify the power of karma, destroy the power of harmful emotions, render negativity utterly powerless, and perfect the power of good actions. I shall purify oceans of realms, liberate oceans of sentient beings, understand oceans of Dharma, realize oceans of wisdom, perfect oceans of actions, fulfill oceans of aspirations, serve oceans of Buddhas, and perform these without ever growing weary through oceans of eons. All the Buddhas throughout the whole of time attained enlightenment through good actions, and their prayers and aspirations for enlightened action. May I fulfill them all completely. The eldest of the sons of all the Buddhas is called Samantabhadra, all good. So that I may act with a skill like his, I dedicate fully all these merits. To purify my body, my speech, and my mind as well. To purify my actions in all realms. May I be the equal of Samantabhadra in his skill and good dedication. In order to perform the full virtue of good actions, I shall act according to Manjushri's prayers of aspiration, and without ever growing weary in all the eons to come, I shall perfectly fulfill every one of his aims. Let my bodhisattva acts be beyond measure. Let my enlightened qualities be measureless too. Keeping to this immeasurable activity, may I accomplish all the miraculous powers of enlightenment. Sentient beings are as limitless as the boundless expanse of space, so shall my prayers of aspiration for them be as limitless as their karma and harmful emotions. Whoever hears this king of dedication prayers and yearns for supreme enlightenment, who even once arouses faith, will gain true merit greater still than by offering the victorious Buddhas infinite pure realms in every directions, all ornamented with jewels, or offering them all the highest joys of gods and humans. For as many eons as there are atoms in those realms. Whoever truly makes this aspiration to good actions will never again be born in lower realms. They will be free from harmful companions and soon behold the Buddha of boundless light. They will acquire all kinds of benefits and live in happiness. Even in this present life, all will go well. And before long, they will become just like Samantabhadra. All negative acts, even the 5 of immediate retribution, whatever they have committed in the grip of ignorance, will soon be completely purified if they recite this aspiration to good actions. They will possess perfect wisdom, beauty, and excellent signs. Be born in a good family and with a radiant appearance, demons and heretics will never harm them, and all three worlds will honor them with offerings. They will quickly go beneath the Bodhi tree, and there they will sit to benefit all sentient beings. Then awaken into enlightenment, turn the wheel of Dharma, and tame Mara with all his hordes. The full result of keeping, teaching, or reading this prayer of aspiration to good actions is known to the Buddhas alone. Have no doubt supreme enlightenment will be yours. Just as the Bodhisattva Manjushri attained omniscience and Samantabhadra too, all these merits now I dedicate to train and follow in their footsteps. As all the victorious Buddhas of past, present, and future praise dedication as supreme, so now I dedicate all these roots of virtue for all beings to perfect good actions. When it is time for me to die, let all that obscures me fade away. So I look on Amitabha there in person and go at once to his pure land of Sukhavati. In that pure land, may I actualize every single one of all these aspirations. May I fulfill them, each and every one, and bring help to beings for as long as the universe remains. Born there in a beautiful lotus flower in that excellent and joyous Buddha realm, may the Buddha Amitabha himself grant me the prophecy foretelling my enlightenment. Having received the prophecy there with my billions of emanations sent out through the power of my mind, may I bring enormous benefit to sentient beings in all the 10 directions. Through whatever small virtues I have gained by reciting this aspiration to good actions, may the virtuous wishes of all beings' prayers and aspirations all be instantly accomplished. Through the true and boundless merit attained by dedicating this aspiration to good actions, may all those now drowning in the ocean of suffering reach the supreme realm of Amitabha. May this king of aspirations bring about the supreme aim and benefit of all infinite sentient beings. May they perfect what is described in this holy prayer uttered by Samantabhadra. May the lower realms be entirely emptied. This completes the King of Aspiration prayer, Samantabhadra's aspirations to good actions. Do you want me to keep reading, Kimpala?
Yes, that part, yes.
Words of truth to accomplish aspirations. By the blessings of the Buddhas who have attained the 3 kayas and the unchanging truth of reality, as well as the unwavering aspirations of the Sangha, may all the aspirations and dedication prayers be fulfilled. Teata Pinsadriya Awabodhanaya Soha.
Thank you, Aminda.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. So no. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum Ru. Okay, so you can, Kadis, you say you have a question?
Yes.
Or question?
Yes.
It's not working, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The long quote on page 132 that begins with whatever phenomena arise. Is that Milarepa you said?
Yes, sir.
And I'm wondering, could you just, since we just read it at the end, the 2 obscurations, the 2 aspects of self-grasping, and the 2 kinds of omnisciences. Can you tell us those?
Wow, that's all the time I'm telling. All the way beginning to under, no. So what is your question is?
It just mentioned them in the last things we read, and I just wondered if you would just say what they are real quick, if you care to. Thank you. top of page 134. Two obscurations, two aspects of self-grasping.
Okay, so that's two aspect obscuration, right?
Yes, sir.
True obscuration is afflictive emotion, obscuration to the afflictive emotion, obscuration to the knowledge. Do you get two obscuration? Two aspects of self-grasping is self-grasping to self, self-grasping to the phenomena.
Thank you. And finally, the two kinds of omnisciences. Bottom of 134.
Okay, omniscient wisdom, the seeing the absolute truth, seeing the relative truth, true omniscient wisdom. Multiplicity wisdom, I think last one is called multiplicity wisdom.
Thank you. That was excellent.
Excellent, great, okay. Very simple questions you have today. Thanks. Usually your questions are really deep and well performed Aquino answers. So today is easy. Thanks.
No curveballs today, Lama.
Okay. So then no questions. Great, everyone. Thanks very much. So see you tomorrow. Thank you. Everyone, have a good day.
May you have a long life.
Bye.
Thank
Long
you so
Buddha
much.
life.
Bless you.
Beautiful.
Bless
Bye.
everyone for doing all these teachings together.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Hey everyone.
Bye everyone. This has been remarkable. A real blessing. You can
Ha ha ha. So sweet. Come, Raggy, let's go, little boy. You're sweet.